So today, how are you guys? So we're going to get going here in just a second. Like I said, today we are going to be going over setting a smart outcome and how to future pace your goals. I really don't like using the word goal. I prefer using the word outcome. And that's because a lot of times we don't achieve those goals that we set for ourselves because we don't believe in them. But if we set an outcome, those outcomes are more believable, more achievable, and our subconscious mind actually believes it. All right, we're just going to wait a little bit longer and see, give people a chance to get in to the stream. Okay. Just had to double check, make sure that we are indeed fully live. All right, so you'll have to excuse me. I am toying around with a new little thing here, and it hasn't. I just want to make sure that that I did everything right. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get going, and I'll deal with the technical. I'll deal with anything that goes wrong later. All right. So, all right. Hey, welcome. How are you? All right. So I have a question for you guys. Have you ever set a goal and not achieved it, no matter how big or small it was? And in the chat down below, just put in what it was. What was your goal that you wanted to achieve, but didn't quite make it? All right. I'm just going to read through some of your posts in the comments here. All right. I know we're live on YouTube, but I think we are actually not live on Facebook. Oh well. Oh well. Regardless, we'll do the training and then I'll figure that out later. All right. So in the chat, if you just join us, I want to know a goal that you have set for yourself that you haven't achieved, and then we're going to build it into a smart outcome, and we're going to build a future-paced outcome using your subconscious mind to work for you. So real quick, I'll give you guys just a second. Post down in the chat section. I just want to know what kind of goals you're setting for yourself. And I got my chat window open right over here. So if I'm going back and forth, that's why. I want to make sure that I'm paying attention to everybody at the same time. We're currently live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, different platforms, so I'm a little bit jumbled. All right, cool. I see a couple coming in. All right, so why didn't you achieve that goal? Whatever that goal was that you wrote in the chat window, I see a couple of them. You wanted to finish your doctorate. You wanted to find a new job, find the love of your life. All right, those are great goals, but why didn't you achieve them? Why didn't you move forward? What was the missing link? So most likely, if you're like most people, when you set a goal, your subconscious mind doesn't believe that goal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set an outcome. All right. So when you create an outcome, first we have to create the framework of setting an outcome that's going to work for you. So first of all, I know all of you have heard about writing a SMART outcome, but let's expand upon it. So what does SMART usually stand for? Simple, measurable, achievable, reasonable, and timed, right? Well, let's expand upon it. So the S, yes, simple. You got to keep it simple for your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind can only handle so many, or your conscious mind can only handle so many bits per second. But your subconscious mind can expand upon it, but it breaks things down in a simplistic manner. So yes, it needs to be simple, but more than that, it needs to be specific. Your goal, your outcome that you want to set for yourself needs to be very specific. And if you can, create a outcome that is sensory. The more senses you can put in there, the better. How are you going to feel? What are you going to see? What are you going to smell? What are you going to hear? What are the different things that are going to be happening when you achieve that outcome? And then if we go to M, yes, SMART goal stands for, or the M stands for measurable, but also, is it meaningful to you? And then A, now they usually say achievable, and that's great. But when we're writing a future-paced outcome, we want to write it as though if it happened now. You want to put it into your subconscious mind that it already happened. That way your subconscious mind works for you. That's why goals don't work, because your subconscious mind doesn't believe it can happen. But if you future pace it, and then once I go through this, the little things that we're going to add into it, we're going to actually build your SMART outcome. And as you're watching this, post down in the comments below if you have questions, comments, concerns, whatever, anything I can help you, I'm here to help. So achievable as of now, but more than that, all areas of your life. The more areas of your life you can bring into your outcome, the more your subconscious mind is going to believe it will and can happen. And then R usually stands for reasonable, but we're going to expand upon that again. We want it to be responsible and ecological. But also, what resources did you use to achieve it? And then as far as T, yeah, you want it timed. You want that specific date, because a dream way out in the future, oh, I'll achieve that someday. Well, someday is not a day of the week. And then also, you want it to be forward motivated, or I'm sorry, toward motivated. So there's two things that we're all motivated by. We're either away motivated or towards motivated. So an away motivation might be, I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be poor. Anything you can think of to put in there. But toward motivated would be, I want to be a millionaire. I want to meet the love of my life. That is towards motivation. And a lot of times we're one or the other. Sometimes we're both. And if you can mix that in, if you can mix away and towards motivated in the same thing, that's absolutely incredible. But it doesn't happen for most of us. And towards motivation is usually better than away motivation. All right. So first of all, like some of you wrote in here what some of your goals were. But now let's future pace this. And so this is just going to be a short training today, but how you future pace something, how you tell your subconscious mind to work for you instead of against you, is you set your goal in the future, but you write it as though it were now. So I'm going to walk you through this. It's actually fairly simple. We just need to hit a couple of wickets. And the beautiful thing is once you create it, then your subconscious mind will work towards it, whether you look at that again or not. So what I want you to do is get out a sheet of paper, get out your notebook. I got my notebook right here. So pick a date. First of all, have it clear in your mind what the outcome you want is. Okay, are you launching that new business? Are you creating a new online course? Are you going to find the love of your life? Are you going to make $1 million? Are you going to go for that promotion at work? What is it? Have it very crystal clear in your mind. Yesterday we spoke about clarity and finding out what you want, and is it truly what you want, or is it something that somebody else wants for you? So get crystal clear on what that outcome is. I'll give you just a second. If you're watching this after the fact, just pause it right here and take all the time you need to figure out what it is that you actually want. Or you can check out one of my past live streams to get clear and gain clarity. All right. So now we need to set a future date that you are going to achieve your outcome by. Okay. Usually you don't want to put it out too terribly far unless it's something big. If you're a CEO and you want to have an outcome of, well, we need to launch this new product line. There are steps in that. And if you're in that realm, then you know the time that is required for that. So pick a date that you know that you can achieve it by. Okay, for me, one of my goals, is to consistently grow my coaching practice. So what might happen is like, okay, I know that I could get 5 more clients in a month. That's super easy to do. But what does that look like for you? Excuse me, I forgot my water. All right, so pick that date. What is it? Is it a month from now? Whatever it is. So today is August 11th. So the way you want to write it is, if it was a month from now, it is now September 11th or 12th, 2020. And I have, and so you want to use a present tense word there. I have, I am, I do. So like you might say, if you wanted to be a millionaire, it is now September 20th, 2020, and I have this much money in my bank account. Now, when you create that, you need to be very specific, because if you just say, and I have more money. Well, that more money could be $1, could be $1 million. You have to get very specific. So like it might look like I have $1,572,000 and 35 cents. Have all of that in my bank account. Now we get to the sensory. Okay, so the next line would be, I see the figures of my month-end financial report. If your goal was to get a promotion, I see the letter. Like a lot of times when you get promoted, you might get a memo or might get a handshake or something that says, you got promoted. Sometimes it's just a handshake, slap on the back. Sometimes it's an ID badge. Whatever that thing is that makes that real for you, that's what you would see. I see the new ID badge that says I'm a shift leader, or I'm a CEO, or I'm a manager, or whatever that is. Put it there. And then you want to try and go through as many sensory things as you can, sight, hearing. Like for me, if I got more clients and I'm making more money, I would say something along the lines of, I hear my spouse telling me that I'm proud of you, or how proud they are of me. And I say, and then you want to include something like this. I say, I knew it would happen. I knew it. And then you want to include an emotional feeling. You want to attach yourself to it. So I feel accomplished, successful, and fulfilled. How would achieving that outcome make you feel? Then, now we're going to get into the resources. So if I'm going too fast, please let me know. I can slow down. I'm trying not to drag on. So now we got to get into the resources of how you achieved your outcome. So something might along the lines of, I achieved this because I'm smart, I'm dedicated, I'm relentless, I'm shrewd, I'm motivated, I'm financially intelligent, something like those. What are the inner resources that you have of, and you all know it, you all know your superpowers, and then then you need to wrap in an emotional reason why, a towards motivation. So for me, it might be, I love my family and I wanted to provide for them. Or I love my job and I wanted to do more. I love my clients and I wanted to provide them with more training, or whatever it is, something that's related to you where you could push forward, motivated towards motivation. All right. And then, so like here, I'll read a full example for you. So it is now September 20th, 2020, and I have 1,575,254.35 net. I see the figures on my month-end financial report. I hear my spouse telling me how proud they are of me. And I say, I knew it would happen. I feel accomplished, successful, and fulfilled. I achieved this because I'm smart, driven, financially intelligent. I love my family and wanted to provide for them. So that's a whole example of a smart outcome. So if you guys have any questions, post them in the comments, and we're going to have a Q&A here at the end. I'll answer any questions that you guys have. Hey, welcome. I see someone else just joined the stream. A couple other people are joining now. So to wrap up, transfer from making goals to outcomes. Build them in such a way that they're simple, specific, sensory, measurable, meaningful to you, achievable as if now, all areas of your life. Make sure your outcomes are responsible and what resources you had that made that possible. Timed and towards motivated. All right. And so that's going to wrap up our training on smart outcomes. I'll answer any questions. I'm going to pop over to the VIP section and answer any questions one-on-one for some of you guys. Let me know if I can serve you in any way. And I love you guys. Be good to yourselves.